Mm-hmm. Little self-promotion for us, you know. I got the idea from the Off the Rope show, Sean's View Entertainment, because, you know, they advertise their show in the background, which is cool, but we went all the way and put the entire name on it. That's right. We're individuals. But it's a good way to do it, you know. I think it looks nice. Cheap sheet. We're going to get a better one, I promise. It's going to be white with red and black writing probably next time.
Probably, yeah.
This is just a test run of a background. Not too bad.
Not bad for a sheet and spray paint, huh?
A couple of rednecks can do this.
Yep.
So can we. I think it looks good. Let us know what you guys think of our background. And we'll let you guys know. Give us some details. Give us some info on it. We'll see. Alright. Let's do this again. Right, yeah. Done taking notes. I read it. Okay. We're going to be talking about the passage in the New Grange. Alright. I'm trying to...
It's the Newgrange Passage in the Boyne River Valley in Ireland, like north of Dublin, whatever.
Yeah, it's a tomb for the dead. What it basically does is you put a body in these little spots around the entire thing, and winter solstice, if the light hits it just right for about 15 minutes, it carries the souls of the bodies to the next world. It's kind of like Egyptians, how they have the tombs. You got to go through all this rigmarole just to get to the other side. Kind of like that. Funny thing is, though, they're, what, that much far apart?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're a long ways apart. And at the Newgrange, they have, they found things referencing the Northern Cross, or Cygnus, you know, which is also, the constellation is in the shape of a swan.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's all three correlated.
Yeah. Of course, back then, everyone's always looked to the sky. They got a copy of the stars, which no one knows why, but Georgios Tsoukalos may have an idea, knowing that, you know, the gods came from there, and taught them to say, look at the stars, that's where you're from. Out past the Milky Way, out towards the Pleiades, and out past the Orion's belt, just underneath it. And I don't know. Some things are just strange like that. So now we're going to go on to a Alfred Watkins in 1921. He was combing through the countryside of England, and you notice all the monuments were in a line. None of them were back, none of them were forward, straight line, and they cut right through the mountainside. And he didn't know why. He was just like, it's kind of strange. And it goes from the top of England and it straights all the way down to Greece. It's just a straight line like that.
No, that one actually from Greece goes all the way up to the tip of Denmark. Actually,
Norway. That's right. All right.
Denmark. This is where like one of the first things that he found or whatever.
Trelleborg.
Trelleborg, Denmark. There's a Viking fortress dating to 900 AD, circular in shape with 4 sections cut out into it, and each of these sections had 4 houses in it, the long houses or whatever, and they were the entrances to these circular things, whatever you want to call them, yeah, had 4 gates to it, and all of them were co-lined exactly with north, south, east, and west, perfectly, every one of them. And he noticed that there was 4 other sites exactly the same in Denmark: Eskeholm, Firkat, and Aggersborg. They were all exactly the same, and they had a direct line from there all the way to Delphi, Greece, which is the home of Apollo. This is where it gets kind of interesting. Okay, now you all know what Apollo is. You know, he's the god of music and prophecy and a bunch of other stuff like that. You know,
Math, religion.
yeah, intellectual inquiry. It says.
Enlightenment, spiritual enlightenment.
Yeah, and he used to go to the north a couple times a year. They said, you know, basically he'd go spend some time up north or whatever with the Hyperboreans. And here's another little fact. I was doing some research on it, and Apollo's mother was a Hyperborean. So that could explain why he's going up there.
Yep.
And yeah, the thing has to do it was they think that these ley lines that went straight up was like a way for him to get up there. You know, a map, so to say. You know.
Yeah, so he doesn't get lost.
Right.
It's just strange stuff, you know. I don't see the Hyperboreans. They didn't know anything about religion. They were the Vikings. They were the ship. You know, they were always on boats.
Yeah, they were brutal killers.
Yeah, they had no religion. They had no sense of humanity until Apollo. And, you know. And now there's religion all across Denmark, all in Germany, everywhere. And they're all taught by Apollo. You know, he's a spiritual enlightener. He pretty much said this is the way it is in those times.
Another thing with Apollo is he held sacred 3 animals. One was the dolphin, the wolf, and the swan. Now, as we just said a little while ago, Cygnus, or the Northern Cross, is also a swan.
Mm-hmm.
Does it all mean something? Don't know for sure.
We will never know. Ooh, okay, now I get to cover this one because I love Cusco, Peru. We're going to be looking at Easter Island. Oh, God, this one's awesome. Okay, you know all about the Stonehenges, the faces, you know, the moai or the moa, those things. Man. I'm just saying, oh my God. Oh my God, I just lost my thought.
Right here. This.
Yeah.
They talked about the stones.
Oh yeah, that's right. All right. Yeah. Okay.
This has to do with the energy.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Anyway, just like the Moa in Easter Island, they were cut from the same stone. They all had almost the same faces and all that fun stuff. I mean, they're just like they're just like everywhere else. Everything that is the same, but they're all spanned out, you know. And Nazca, Peru, Angkor Wat, Cambodia, all 4 sites lie on one circle around the globe, which also includes the Great Pyramids of Egypt. That's so true that like they just intercross each other. It's so strange.
It's all one circle, one continuous circle.
Laps this way, laps that way. It's just it's so strange. I don't know, like it's good. They're landmarks, and all of them for some reason are under the Orion's belt. They're all lined up the same way. Great Pyramids in Egypt, the Great Temples in Peru, the Sun Temple, the Moon Temple, all the same spots.
All of these places are hot spots, energy spots, as like in the world grid that we're talking about, world energy grid. That's what it is. They're hot spots.
Yeah, UFO hotspots too, is what they mentioned. It's like, why do you think there's more UFO sightings in Egypt and Peru and Cusco? It's because that's where they all were. All those buildings, pretty much, they were built as a landing pad. Okay, if you don't notice it, it's that one big ass flat structure, and then the pyramids. Now Egypt is different. There's something else out there. I think it's in the Valley of the Kings, the mountain where everything's built in to the mountain. That was a landing pad, and so they figured they'd build that. Yeah, I read up on this.
Yeah, right on.
Yeah, did some history. I dug into this. The reason why that's there, it's not just for the pharaoh. It's there because they wanted to symbolize that's where the gods always came. So they figured, well, let's build a monument, and they're gonna always show up there. But history's history, my friends. Garbinus, French Brittany passageway. Oh, this is another one, like Dublin's. It's another passage. It was built around 3500 BC. illustrates advanced mathematics. Oh, this one. Oh,
Yeah,
I love
this one.
Ooh, you mathematics. I'm not a mathematic, but this one kind of interests me. It's just a
This
little
one's
bit.
crazy, actually.
It is.
This will blow your mind a little bit.
Okay, in this building, I'm not even getting the notes because I remember this one. In the building, you get these like little stones in there, and there's circular structures inside these stones. And for some reason, I don't know how, I don't know why, but mathematicians figured it out. It's a code inside the stones, like mathematically aligned stones. And once again, they were placed there for the energy grid. They were just, I don't know, it was just so strange to see.
Didn't they do the math on it and figure out something on that?
Yeah, it determined the correct and spherical size of the Earth.
That's right, yeah.
That is so strange, you guys.
Just from these lines on these rocks.
Yeah, they determined that.
How's that possible?
I don't know, unless someone is just gifted. Like autism, you know, they can just figure shit out. They can find phone numbers inside words.
Or been doing a little too much drugs.
Smoking the ganja, my friends. But no, this one, you know, oh yeah, this one. The numbers in days in a year, it showed that, and the mathematical constant is the pi sign. And pi is just like, you know,
Just a second.
it's pretty much taken out of the pie crust. That's why how we got that. That one kind of confused me a little bit. I'm like, all right, whatever. And
Has to do with geometry.
yeah, and the Anunnaki had a math system just like that. And everything's based on the number 12. 12 hours in a day, 12 months in a year, and there was something else with the 12.
12 and a dozen.
Yeah, that's right. It doesn't.
I don't see how that really. I didn't understand that reference.
But it had to do with math.
I know.
I figured that out.
But technically, that's not a baker's dozen. I think a baker's dozen is like 12. Or, 11. Or 13 or something. It might be 13. I don't know.
I don't know. You tell us. So all in all, the show was good. It just like it lost you some places and it kept you in some spots.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's gonna be episodes that are like that in Ancient Aliens because you know they gotta find something to put out there, whether it be dumb or worth watching.
Yeah, I think some of the stuff that they put in is just maybe filler. You know, I mean, it's all pertinent information, but maybe not necessary to put out there.
Yeah, like we said about the other ones, you know, there's some of those things that you could have thrown in there in another episode, like as splits. But you know, I give this episode a C.
See?
Maybe a C plus.
I'm gonna say a B minus actually, because I really enjoyed the part about Apollo.
Yeah, Apollo was the highlight of this one.
It was really good.
I mean, other things, you know, like the Burial of the Dead, like that could have been on last night's episode. Passage Tube could have been on last night's episode.
Well, they had a lot to fill in on last night's.
Yeah. Oh my god. We're gonna get to next. We're gonna hear about last night's episode. So, till then, peace.